All right, hello everybody, and welcome to what I believe is our final match for week 2 of the Super Metroid Rando League. We've got cooked Aussies represented by Knucklehead going up against Team Derust represented by Ye Old Fart Gamer, and I'm joined today by 329th in line. How are you doing today?
Oh, doing pretty good. Looking forward to what should be a great race. And like I said a minute ago, hopefully not a speed booster right away so we can enjoy some of these dash settings.
Yeah, for those who may not be aware, this week is the Dash Randomizer, which one of the sort of major changes with it is that the Spazer can open up the waterway and Batuan hallway locations, and bombs can open up wrecked ship reserve item. And our runners have gotten started. This is a major minor split. So we're going to see our runners skipping a lot of the sort of minor item locations, especially once they've found super missiles and power bombs.
When Knucklehead able to grab that fast fall there.
Nice.
Yep, along with, like we were talking about, some of the dash changes, the suits are distributed a little differently as well in this mode. Gravity suit will also be providing 50% heat damage. And then the defense of the suits is actually split 50% each. So, and there's our bombs. So we are going to see a bomb Torizo fight.
Yeah, now I'm kind of rooting for the runners to only get missiles, so they have to do like a BT proper fight.
Yeah, bomb Torizo with super missiles is a blink and you miss it kind of moment. And nice on Knucklehead's side, first try, grabbing that morph ball on the ceiling. It can be tricky.
You basically get 2 tries at it before you either have to reset the room or wait for the gamer to come around really slowly.
And gamer as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I like calling him gamers. All right, there are super missiles.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain I'm going to be sticking with gamer for the right side.
Yeah, so seeing super missiles early is always a welcome sight. Obviously, they provide you with some much needed firepower, and of course, they can open green doors. You can see some pretty nasty seeds with really weird, like, super missile progression. So thankfully, we don't have to deal with that. It could be a late power bomb seed.
I haven't gotten to see a late power bomb seed yet, but without power bombs, not going to be able to check this classic mother brain here. Oh, it does work with regular bombs.
Yeah, the item behind morph you cannot check with regular bombs, but this one you can.
Yeah, more supers. Not going to be sad about that.
Yeah, even though Dash Randomizer gives you that nerfed charge, up until the point that you get some nice beams, any super missiles you can get are really good, and even some amount of missiles. Oh, and Gamer skips that minor item location check.
Interesting play.
Yeah, it's kind of slow, especially with bombs. However, while you're still looking for power bombs, I like making those checks.
Yeah, that's what I was going to comment to. Interesting without power bombs to choose to skip something.
Yeah, now the play that Knuckle is making right now, I think, whatever way you go on it, I can see justifications for wanting to skip or get 230 missiles in a situation like this. Like, you will probably find power bombs somewhere else besides 230 missiles. But if that's what Vario wants your first power bomb pack to be, and you skip it, that can be really rough.
And Gamer getting was down to 29 health at one point, but able to escape the space pirate climb there. Definitely want to be careful early on. Power suit's taking heavy hits and no energy yet. So,
Yeah. And the fact that gamers skipped Mother Brain, Ice Beam, skipped Mother Brain but checked 230 missiles indicates to me that either he wants to make a kind of riskier play with his minor items and just checking ones Knuckle might not, or that he's not aware that bombs actually do open old Mother Brain. It's not something that would really come up too often. But yeah, that Ice Beam is really good. It allows our runners to Zeb skip. It provides them with a way through Botwoon's hallway, which is one of the factors you need to beat the game.
and
Plus, the damage output is just nice.
I was going to say, it also helps with clearing out the Metroids on your way through Torian. If you're not good at Metroid manipulation, it can be hard to conserve enough power bomb ammo, especially so far, not having seen any. So,
yeah, I mean, I think Ice Beam is just all around. Like, other beams can be better in certain situations, but I think Ice Beam is often the best one you could get.
And that's 2 really quick bomb Torizo fights.
Yeah, very nice.
Knucklehead picking up high jump boots at the Terminator item there.
Yeah, I see neither of our runners, or at least Knucklehead, has not gone for it yet. Gamer could go for a gauntlet play. It would be very risky. It's both dangerous and it takes a lot of time with just bombs. But if you find power bombs earlier, or if there's some really nice item there, that could be huge.
Well, looks like Gamer following suit, taking bombs over to Brinstar. Nice mock ball for Knucklehead there. And welcome, Speed Gaming Portuguese 2. Thank you for the raid. You're getting in nice and early. Just started this race here.
And with that power bomb pickup, I don't expect our routes to really deviate much up until maybe Red Tower.
We've seen quite a bit of divergence in the races I've watched, as well as had the pleasure of calming quite a few throughout the week. And Red Tower has been a split.
Yeah, I really like going up Red Tower towards Wrecked Ship in Dash. I personally like Meme Route if the seed supports it. This one didn't because it didn't give us power bombs early enough. However, I think going up or down, either way, it's justifiable.
Oh, I totally agree. It's one of those things that you can make a good case no matter what your loadout is when you get there.
And it all depends on what else you have. Like, for example, our runners have high jump boots now. If they find Varia and some nicer way to get through it, they can do a lower Norfair. However, a Varia by itself, without those high jump boots, if our runners aren't willing to perform high jumpless lava dive, means maybe they run the risk of having to do a double Norfair visit if they don't find the items they need.
Well, speaking of items that we need, Gamer picking up those first power bombs with a nice clean mock ball to get through that room.
Yeah, and our runners do have 2 power bomb packs as well as bombs. So we're probably not going to be worried too much about ammo management on that front. Like, things can get a little bit sketchy in Big Pink if you're not paying attention. But with all of this ammo, it shouldn't be too much of a concern.
Yeah, and quite a few super missile packs so far. That's not bad when, with having the nerf charge, you don't have to worry about soft locking, and then maybe possibly having a nice ammo count to keep moving on. Be interested to see where our runners' comfort levels are with ammo versus beam stacks.
Yeah, 30 is one of the magical numbers for super missiles, as that's how many you need to kill Ridley. And I think many people would consider it the safest and easiest way to kill Ridley. So certainly I would expect our runners to pick up supers at least until 30. With this ice beam, any super pack they find saves them time.
And chat pointing out there, we have found the X-ray scope, which will give us, it's 1/3 of the way to microwaving bosses, should that be a strat that we can apply here. Quite a few more things we need to find, though, to make that possible.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think, with Dash, I like to think of it as being like 1.5 the way there, because you have that baby charge. So you can microwave with just plasma and X-ray, although oftentimes it's not the best way for you to deal damage. But like once you get plasma charge into X-ray, its power really starts to shine through. And it is sort of funny. You definitely run into circumstances in Dash where you're like, I would rather just have plasma than charge.
Oh yeah, for the DSP alone. And just more supers and power bombs. They're kind of game's being a little generous here. I wonder what it's going to be that frustrates us as we go on.
Yeah, I mean, there's many items we still don't have that we need to beat the game. I wouldn't necessarily expect to have either suit this early on. You certainly see it happen.
Well, with those pickups, those minor pickups, Knucklehead's already at the magic 30. So be interested to see. And looks like going down.
Okay. So Knuckle, I was actually in Knuckle's chat right before this. He just learned this X-ray deboost. I don't know about this one. He doesn't even know that you want to turn off high jump boots. This is not good.
Well, I hate to say it because there's a nice, a couple room lead here, and not taking a save yet. So this is don't want to see go down a 12-minute, 15-minute deficit early on. So we're gonna trust Knuckle knows what he's doing here.
Okay, Knuckle is bailing and he still has a lead. This is good for him. He lost time, but I would rather he lose time trying and give up as compared to just going gung-ho and then dying.
Is he's not refilling and going up? Yeah, wait, hold on.
Well,
hey, there could be something great here.
It's true. I mean, I've done this trick in a practice race and found gravity. Miracles do happen, but I don't trust his ability to do it at least until he turns off those high jump boots.
We had a very, very brief high five there as Gamer is also choosing to go down, but is electing not to do the madness we're seeing here on Knuckles' side. So kind of swapping positions here. Gamer is going to show us some unexplored territory, most likely heading over to Kraid, and depending on what we find, good chance to head down to Norfair as well.
Yeah, oh, he did turn off the high jump boots. Yeah, I'm seeing with his movement now. It just looked a bit weird. But yeah, even still, like, if you're bomb jumping across, I really don't like this. Like, I am, that's kind of it. Yeah. He got the death save. It doesn't do anything for him because he doesn't have any reserves.
And I don't believe there was a save before that.
No.
Well, that's kind of a spirit breaker. You hate to see it.
Yeah. I applaud Knuckles' bravery. I just wish it weren't foolhardiness. Nah, props to him for going for it though.
Yeah, and like we said, it could have been a really big payout, so there may still be something good over there. And even like I think you had mentioned earlier about the gauntlet, and we didn't see that, but had one of our runners going for that. Finding something early on in a dangerous position like that can really set you at a good advantage for the rest of the race. So, yeah, props to Knuckle for going for it. That's for sure.
I do think it is possible, though unlikely, for Knucklehead to be able to make up this deficit. Like, this isn't entirely a 14-minute and however many seconds loss. Knuckle knows that there are certain items that he can skip.
Yeah,
whether he's remembered them is another question. Like, you're generally not like bookkeeping throughout to be like, all right, where did I get this item in this one?
Yeah, unfortunately, the one item Knuckle will not be skipping does require that boss fight with the bomb Torizo. So, but at just over 15 and a half minutes, we've got our first boss making an appearance. Will Kraid rise to power here? Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't have much health left though.
Yeah, and to the credit, Glove, like you were saying, I noticed that Knuckle was skipping a lot of minors or certain things that we saw Gamer kind of go out of the way to grab. So if Knuckle goes with that same routing, we'll be able to make up some time there too. And Kraid is guarding the Spazer Beam. Not bad right now, especially with the lack of speed booster. That's going to give us access to Waterway as well as Botwoon's Hallway. And if nothing else, helps us deal a little bit of extra damage until we hopefully come across the Plasma Beam. So, sans Plasma, you'll always be happy to pick it up.
Yeah, I think there is a world in which we see Knuckle find that Spazer Beam after going down Red Tower and then rush back to Waterway, trying to make a heads-up play to like hope something is there to bring him ahead. Although, honestly, I don't think it's impossible if this turns out to be a quite long seed for Knucklehead to catch up at least a lot of the gap on execution alone. Like, these are both very skilled runners, but I definitely think Knucklehead has the execution advantage in this matchup.
Well, that grapple beam is going to put whatever's at X-ray in logic, so...
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I'll tell you what that also put in logic, though, in conjunction with High Jump Boots and Ice Beam, is Suitless Meridia.
Chat loves to see it. I'm sure the runners don't.
Oh, I love anytime I get a Suitless Meridia. I think it's a lot of fun, although certainly not everybody agrees with that.
Well, I will say it is impressive to watch. Stressful, but impressive.
Yeah, so Gamer really wants to hope that he finds at least one E-Tank here. 4-tank Hell Runs are pretty scary. Obviously, Varia would be the best thing you can get here. Like, you find Varia, best case scenario is you can completely go through, clear out Lower Norfair, check all of the major item locations in Norfair, except maybe Croc, and then leave.
Well, not only is that not Variasuit, but it's also not even an E-Tank. Reserve tanks have their place in their use, that's for sure. But Gamer definitely was hoping for some better stuff there.
Yeah, he can use that reserve tank to help him with Hell Runs. And if he knows how to do it, you can actually use reserve tanks quite well to do some death saves during Hell Runs. It's not as big of a deal doing death saves for that. However, as long as you know to manually pop your reserves can be nice to have.
And Glove, I'd love for you to weigh in on this. Do you think Knucklehead might decide to go with a wrecked ship play at the intersection of Red Tower? I mean, given the loadout only had high jumps, so I don't know. I'm just wondering if kind of playing from behind mentality, like maybe there's something up. Sometimes wrecked ship is stacked, and sometimes it's a total bust. So,
yeah, I'm hoping that Knucklehead either does wrecked ship here or commits to Norfair. Gamer, I wouldn't hate, like, I would be a lot more fine with Gamer's play if he had checked Ice Beam. I don't like only checking that high jump boots location, though.
That's true. I didn't even notice that, but yeah, I see Gamer is already making the way back up the tower, possibly taking advantage of that grapple beam. Again, there's so much of, and I know that we probably say this all the time, not just here, but in Rando in general, there's so much playing your opponent. And so Gamer thinking, you know, maybe there's something here at X-Ray, I'll go up and grab it, and you know, maybe Knucklehead doesn't pick this up for a while because he decided to keep looking, or felt more comfortable with the Hell Run, something like that. But
yeah,
Gamer making me eat my words.
I'm actually of the opinion, personally, that more people play to their opponents than it actually should. I think that you have to get to a pretty high skill level, a quite high skill level actually, before you should be thinking about what your opponent's doing. Aside from maybe like very, very high level choices like, is my opponent likely to go up or down the red tower? Yeah, I do wish Gamer would have checked that X-ray as well.
Yeah, that's you and I are surprised, and I see chat is also surprised. It was kind of a given to you.
It's a long check, and grapple is a pretty slow way to do it, but it's still a major item. I mean, it's possible that, yeah, like you see Gamer going down here. I think maybe he's not super familiar with what qualifies as a major item. And this is where I'm saying that I think Knuckle could definitely still catch up here. I know that Knuckle has some rando experience, and he's definitely got a few tricks up his sleeve. So with these locations that Gamer is skipping or maybe forgetting about, if Knuckle can make some checks in a more efficient way, I think he could narrow that gap quite a bit.
Yeah, and we saw that from the beginning. Knucklehead, you know, took a solid lead just in rooms, just based on the knowledge of skipping, you know, making selections on what miners to take the time to pick up. So it definitely has can play that to his advantage moving forward, even though taking the early death. And it was about I can't quite remember, but for those might be joining late, I saw we just had a raid 2 welcome. It was about a 15-minute death.
Yeah, a little bit before 15-minute. Yeah, I'm fine with Knucklehead skipping X-ray scope at Wavegate here. Like, so the thing with Microwave is Microwave often feels sort of like a win more mechanic. And what I mean by that is any situation you can microwave if you have X-ray scope, you already have some pretty decent ways to kill bosses.
Yeah, that's a good way to explain that, actually. A good way to think about it.
Yeah, so like even though like, and it can save a lot of time, to be clear. However, the X-ray itself isn't necessarily saving the most time out of all those items.
Well, armed with the knowledge that Knucklehead had before, gonna choose to hold off on X-Ray, which I think is definitely a good call, especially since the grapple beam is just a few rooms away, which will give Knucklehead some clean and easy access, albeit slow and definitely slow in the routing to have to go back there, but much safer given all things considered.
Yeah, so to answer a question in the chat, X-Ray is not necessary for Mother Brain stand-up. It is nice to have, as there are a couple soft locks that you can get out of using X-Ray. However, you don't need it. All you need are at least 7 E-tanks. And they have to be E-tanks. They can't be reserve. Yeah. So Gamer is farming here. It would be faster to refill at the ship. Assuming he's going to be farming up to full. However, I think the important thing to remember is, especially if you're not as experienced, the way that you would play in just practice or even a practice race is not really going to look the same as how you look in an actual race setting. Like, you have so many nerves. You have nerves to contend with. You're thinking about the fact that people are watching you. And you're like thinking about beating one person, and specifically, it can just be a lot. So easing the mental load in any way you can be really good. That oftentimes, if you see somebody like, okay, I will go for the play that's maybe slower, but I instantly thought of it instead of, putting brain power to something that's harder.
Yeah, and to kind of further with that, it's not easy. It's not easy to do this, and the runners sometimes can make it look very easy, but it's stressful. Nerves are a real thing.
Super Metroid's just a hard game in general, honestly.
Yep, you could say that again. We have Kraid standing up as well on Knucklehead's side, so able to take Kraid down, though, the regular way, and going to be rewarded with Spazer Beam. So that's one boss down apiece at just over the 26-minute mark for both our runners here.
Yeah, I think Gamer is in a position right now where he's just having a little bit of trouble thinking about what he wants to do. And I think he would be better off committing to any one route. But if you don't, if you haven't necessarily played enough to be able to think of what quote unquote a route is, then there's a lot more that you have to be thinking about as you go. More experienced runners, maybe they're thinking, all right, I'll clear Bryn Roop, then I'll do top of the map, depending on what I get there, sort of figure out stuff as you go. You can sort of condense blocks of ideas into one idea.
Yeah, it's taking some of that experience that you're talking about and making an efficient route out of a bad, even if you don't find anything, you're still efficiently clearing the game. And I think that we're seeing from Gamer a couple of one-off checks, and it could be some of that. I think you mentioned earlier about the major minor swap might be some, or where the majors are might be some of the factor here, but we're kind of seeing back and forth, one check here, one check there, and then not really committing, like you said, to a block of the game.
Right. And at this point, Knuckle has almost caught up. Your route through the game is almost more important than what items you pick up, I think, in Randomizer frequently.
Yeah, I would fully agree with that statement. And I think sometimes, depending on the game too, sometimes you find an item that really pushes your route that you had in mind to change it up. But I think for the most part, it's efficiency in clearing out the game that provides you with access to the widest variety to, finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, we're still not going to know what was so valuable at X-Ray that Knucklehead took the death on it, but hopefully one of our runners are going to go there soon. Although maybe it turns out to be nothing but some garbage. Looks like Gamer is making the play to head up. Let's see what he decides to do. I expect to see Knucklehead stick around, at least make the ice beam check, 3 tanks and a reserve. Does that feel pretty good to you as far as at least getting the knowledge down there?
For Ice Beam, I'm comfy with that.
Mm-hmm.
For Hell Runs into Bubble Mountain, I'm fine with it if you're experienced with Hell Runs. That's sort of like the absolute bare minimum of what a lot of people feel comfortable with Hell Runs wise. Like you can do it on 3 tanks, but it's pretty tight.
Yeah, I'm specifically thinking about Ice Beam. I'm thinking 3 tanks, Ice Beam is good. It does look like we're going to get a save here, so maybe check Ice Beam and then keep going until it doesn't work out, possibly, or
Yeah. I mean, some people feel comfortable doing Ice Beam on 2 tanks, and I personally want at least 3 for Ice Beam.
I mean, I'll just be honest with you. I want various suit for Ice Beam. So.
That'd be ideal. Yeah, and we do have chat pointing out that Knucklehead has CF ammo. So as long as he can remember that fact, he shouldn't be in any danger.
I'm just happy that I saw a save. At least I know. Oh,
that's annoying.
Yeah, it doesn't even give you the refill to get out of here.
Yeah, Gamer is having a lot of trouble with this gauntlet wall jump. A lot of people, myself included, find it easier to just turn high jump off. Yeah, I do wonder. So, like, Knucklehead can Crystal Flash right now. Yeah, that's... Ooh. I have to assume that was a misinput on his D-pad.
There we go.
But yeah, so he is for sure going to do bubble here.
It's a strong play, and
yeah, I mean with 5 tanks, I'm a lot more comfy with this than 4. Also, unfortunately, Gamer power bombed just a little bit too low.
Yeah, he's gonna have trouble kind of threading the needle here.
Oh, Knuckles gonna be fine. I wish he hadn't taken that hit from the seahorse though. Like he's probably gonna want to farm a little bit longer in speed because of that. I don't think it's a huge difference. Yeah, he's at 160, so like he's fine to get to the speed farm spot.
Yep, well, Knucklehead successfully making it to Bubble Mountain. Gonna take the save there, and we're gonna see if this was worth it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gamer can get this if he just doesn't break spin at the end.
Yeah, I see chat kind of thinking something similar that I'm thinking, and Love, I appreciate your experience to weigh in here. Is there a reason other than just that Gamer's not just wall jumping off that flat surface, or just maybe forgetting, or?
Best I can think is he doesn't feel comfortable with the wall jump.
I can appreciate that.
Looks like he's going for infinite bomb jump.
Continuing with the...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I have trouble infinite bomb jumping from the ground. I think it's harder that way, honestly.
I was going to say, continuing with my vulnerability and honesty towards chat, I never knew you could wall jump in this game until years later when I saw people playing it and using the, the rando tech and stuff like that. It would have made the game a lot easier had I known that was the tech.
Mm-hmm.
So I can appreciate that for sure. Understand that all too personally. But yeah, Knucklehead able to successfully get the refill there. And Gonna be spared the lava rising, permitted this isn't Speed Booster here. I will say, kind of to the credit though for Gamer for some of the stuff we talked about earlier. I like that Gamer was, committed to Gauntlet, made a decision, went for it, and was trying to, despite having a little bit of trouble getting up there. It was good to see him stick that strat for a while and try to make it work. I appreciate that level of just kind of investing in the route, like you were saying.
Yeah, and that E-Tank is nice for Knuckle. It saves him a lot of farming. And in my opinion, of the non-Lower Norfair Hell runs, the Wave one is maybe the hardest. Especially since you don't have speed. Like if you're used to doing Hell runs for like RBO or something, it's a bit different.
And keep in mind, kind of going to the Hell runs idea, we're 35 minutes in, still haven't seen a suit show up. So not only is the environment doing damage, but every enemy is hitting at full strength right now.
Yeah, and another way that's true, these spikes, if Knucklehead falls into these spikes, they're going to do 60, if I'm not mistaken. Or wait, no, those don't do 60, do they? I forget.
Well, yet another E-Tank to help with these Hell runs.
Yeah, but those spikes do definitely hurt, like falling into okay, they do. See, I should never second guess myself. Yeah, taking 60 is not great. I think you either want to unequip high jump boots there, or just like have speed booster, or fall into the middle crumble blocks.
And I want to say I really like this play. Hopefully Gamer Head South might not be aware of it, that Spazer gives access to Waterway down there. I thought we might see it. Yeah, perhaps I spoke too soon. I thought maybe using that blue Bryn to get back to pink was going to give not Spazer, Gamer the idea to use Spazer there, but...
Yeah, he got a very nice first try Spore Spawn skip, but this can't really help him that much because this is just a minor item location. It is a Chozo statue. Maybe Gamer is more familiar with Chozo.
Well, I will say, and I said it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Did take a save, though, and only got energy tanks. So, I mean, they would help with that with some of the other Hell runs, but didn't really pick anything of note up.
Yeah. Like, if he had seen what was inside of that item egg, then this would not be nearly as bad. Like, I can see what he was trying to do there. Unfortunately, that lava just drains you too quickly for you to want a Crystal Flash in it. Like, I guess you could time it.
And yes, to answer a question in chat, we are doing a major minor split here. With the exception of, the normal rando change, but the one item swapped in wreck ship, so there's one more major in there to kind of help balance out.
Is it possible to do the reverse green gate glitch the way that Gamer is doing it here? Like jumping forward like that?
I'm not sure that you can do it by jumping forward.
Yeah, I have not heard of that working, though I could believe it. If you can't moonwalk, there are a couple different ways to do it. Like, you can still normalize your X position. Although, if you don't know how to do it, then obviously that won't help you all that much.
Well, it would certainly fit in the bill for some of the issues we've seen Gamer having, just getting familiar with the game and the rando and stuff like that. But I will say, and speaking from my experience of just being atrocious at running any kind of speed gaming randomizer, Gamer is still displaying some good skill and, putting on display here to fight for his team like this is commendable. And there have been some good moves and some good execution. So it's a matter of building up that experience like we were talking about. And Gamer is well on the way to becoming a good runner.
Definitely. And we did see Knuckle here grab the speed E-Tank. I'm definitely fine with him grabbing the speed one. I think grabbing the speed E-Tank and ignoring the one at wave is good.
I agree with that. I think that's a good call. And chat is making me chuckle here. They're saying, for one thing, Gamer hasn't died, so he's got the one up on Nuke for that. So appreciate your sense of humor, chat. I really wish there was some way, send good vibes or whatever we need to do for Gamer to just step down here, just a room below where he is, and use Spazer to get a look at that item. Could be a really big pull, especially since we haven't seen much of anything else turn up. And just an E-Tank there on the left side of Bubble Mountain, so it's looking more and more like Waterway might have something to help us.
Yeah, I would almost be inclined to reset this, honestly. I think it depends on how much value you place in those two E-Tanks you got.
For getting out, maybe? Maybe there's value in that.
Well, his last save is before the hell runs. So the two tanks help you out with like wrecked ship and just survivability through the rest of the game.
Knucklehead is saved in Bubble Mountain.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he took the save right there. That's what I meant for getting out of Bubble Mountain. Yeah. You could have the extra. And taking another death there is probably going to want to grab at least one tank to make the trip back. Although, again, maybe Knucklehead feels more comfortable.
I hope Knuckle doesn't forfeit here.
Yeah, this in both our runners' defense, this has been a very unkind seed. Not really a lot of anything to push you in a direction. It's kind of making you fend for yourself here.
Yeah, like, I mean, if I'm 40 minutes in and if I'm 40 minutes in and I haven't found a suit after taking 2 deaths, or what, 3 now, it would be really hard to start the game back up, but it looks like he has. So best of luck to him. We could definitely still see something at Croc. Like, I would imagine that's where he wants to go right now.
Yeah, I think it can't really be overstated here. Just the kind of grit and resolve of both runners are kind of pushing through, bad circumstances for the seed, but also kind of fighting through their own things individually here. So really, these runners deserve a lot of hype for what they're fighting through, the performance they're putting on right now.
Yeah, and again, with not knowing major minor, like, Gamer is peeking back of Gauntlet here. These are both minor item locations.
It's a 2-for-1 supers deal at the on your way out of the Gauntlet. Maybe like an impulse buy. Yeah, and I feel like if the major minor thing is something that Gamer doesn't have at the forefront, I imagine that Spazer clip of dash is not something that he might be thinking about either. And that could be progression.
Yeah, if you're at the point where you're sort of just like working on getting yourself comfortable with Randomizer, having to learn the individual intricacies of 7 different weeks of settings is quite a lot.
And I hate to say it, but we also still haven't seen what's at X-Ray. And that's something that outside of the major minor logic that Gamer might not have, that's something that is fair game. There's nothing else keeping us from going there. So that could be our first suit. But Knucklehead successfully making it down into the depths and is going to give us a look at Croc's got cooking up.
And all that farming he did for health gave him quite a bit of ammo as well, so it should be a pretty quick Croc.
Oh no, Croc, watch out. That bridge doesn't look stable.
Croc!
Well, good. Using grapple, I was a little worried. Ooh, and there's space jump. Quite a nice pickup.
Yeah.
Are they classified as boots in this game? Or just a regular?
I forget.
I was gonna say it's not the clothing we were hoping for, but we'll take a nice pair of boots. So
yeah, this also it's really good to find. Like, it's way better to find space jump here than at grapple. Knucklehead doesn't have to worry about doing another green gate glitch to get to grapple. He can just space jump up from the bottom.
And Gamer again, I feel like I would never want to understate it. Gamer showing some good tech and strategy. It's unfortunately just checking the wrong types of items, but showing the mobility and execution to get through the game efficiently. But this is just going to be another 2 minors. But I think it's worth noting that definitely showing the characteristics of a strong runner here. What do you think? Is this a suit?
It's not a suit, but I'll take a screw attack.
If nothing else, it's a nice way to go through Lower Norfair, especially if we don't see Speed Booster for a while.
It makes Rick Chip a lot better too. Like, it makes Fantoon easier. It makes Attic way faster, especially in conjunction with that space jump.
Yep, that is true. At a space jump right next door to Screw Attack, it's the quality of life package. So Croc was kind of like an optional good thing. Usually Croc has got something you need or it's a bust, but in this case, it's stuff that our runners can work around not having for the most part. But definitely going to help with execution and movement and just, like we said, that ease of motion, quality of life. Chat is dubbed Croc Mr. Utility.
Yeah, with already having those high jump boots, like space jump, neither space jump nor screw attacks putting anything into logic. But like Lower Norfair is so much easier with them. You can blast through Lower Norfair with screw attack. And it is worth noting, Lower Norfair Hell runs, with the way that gravity is balanced, Lower Norfair Hell runs using Gravity Suit is much more of a viable option in Dash compared to the other randomizer settings we usually see. And like at this point where, pick up another missile pack and you have 2 crystal flashes online, I actually quite like a Gravity Lower Norfair Hell run here.
Well, I'm more than certain we're going to see an X-ray check here from Knucklehead's side. So this could be a big find as far as pushing in a certain direction. But yeah, like you were saying, the dash mode giving gravity that 50% heat reduction is another thing that runners can keep in the back of their heads.
I think like Knucklehead 100% wants to check X-ray here. Like, he's running out of checks that he can do overall, and X-ray is so much faster with screw attack and space jump. Like, space jump already makes it pretty fast. Screw attack space jump's the fastest option by far.
Oh yeah. Plus he needs revenge on this.
Yeah.
showing off his swanky upgrades. I really, I don't know if you, knowing that you had access to this with the grapple, right, that was sitting at Kraid, if this is something good. You know, Knucklehead doesn't know where Gamer's at. So how does this feel? Well, that's how that feels. Knucklehead showing you how that feels.
Look at how much Knucklehead loves his new spring ball.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's not a useless item per se, but at the point where you have a way to get through worst room in the game and you already have bombs to save some time over using power bombs, it loses a lot of its utility. Ooh. Fart Gamer falls right there at the end. Yeah, he just wants to go back to and restart at the beginning.
Yeah, and that spring ball pushes to Suitless Meridia being a possibility in the mind of the runners. Obviously never required as far as I know.
Suitless Meridia can be required up to Bot's Wound. Up to and including.
Well, that's just mean.
Yeah. No, the mean part is that left sand pit Suitless can be in logic. That's worse than anything else in Suitless Meridia except maybe escaping Dragon, in my opinion.
Now, this is interesting. Knucklehead is choosing to prioritize Waterway over Wreck Ship. Definitely could be a big find. It's just interesting. Interesting choice.
Yeah.
And
all right, he gets the green gate glitch. Yeah, if you don't feel as comfortable with your gate glitches, I think it's fine to just check Waterway after Wreck Ship.
So this could be a large piece of the progression puzzle here, because this has been in logic since we picked up Spazer. Unique to these dash settings, you do not need to use the speed booster to break this wall. You can shoot through it with Spazer.
Yeah. Interestingly, this is actually not in logic. Despite the Spazer being a way to access these locations, it's not reflected in the logic because I believe it's basically completely Total's logic still. Okay.
Well, it might not be in logic, but it's certainly the costume change that Knucklehead was hoping to grab. So that's going to be full access to Meridia as far as movement. It's also going to be that 50% reduction that you were talking about for the Hell Run. So I don't know. Does Knucklehead just prioritize finishing the game? Maybe does have knowledge of a few more E-tanks at Bubble Mountain, but they're kind of out of the way.
Yeah, so yeah, at this point, like, I guess Knuckles just going up to Wrecked Ship through Red Tower, presumably. He can pick up, 3 E-tanks that he knows of in Bubble Mountain? I forget if he saved before or after speed. Okay, he is going down, indicating maybe some lower north for Hell Runs.
I'm pretty sure he saved before speed, so that's 3 tanks that he has knowledge of.
Okay, so that's either 8 or 9 total? I forget how many reserves he has.
I think there's 2 reserves. Don't quote me on it, but
there's Meridia. With that gravity suit that he just found.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes sense. And while we get our first peek at the underwater world of Meridia, Gamer is getting low on health here at this Phantoon fight.
Yeah, it's a rough fight. Ooh. So each of these flames does 40 with just Power Suit. Yeah,
Phantoon is a hard call on Power Suit, but Gamer kind of holding his own for a bit. Getting a little low here, though, and does take the... gets warped right into there. And at that death on Gamer's side, we get a speed booster pickup here at Mama Turtle for Knucklehead. That's another... it's a real bummer. You hate to see it. You really do.
Yeah. Especially in Dash, because you don't need charge. Pseudo screwing is so good for Fantoon. And it's a strategy that a lot of people who aren't as experienced with Fantoon might not necessarily be thinking about.
Yeah, but with that speed booster, I doubt that Knucklehead is going to go super out of the way looking for Varia. I could very well be wrong. Glove, feel free to correct me on that.
Yeah, it all depends on how comfortable Knuckle feels with stuff like Lower Norfair Hell runs. Like you definitely want more E-tanks. Even with 8 or 9 E-tanks, like having 2 Crystal Flashes, it's definitely doable. But if you're not specifically practiced with Lower Norfair Hell running, you don't want to do that.
And
I honestly prefer checking left sandpit after doing Dragon. Because like at this point, if Knuckle finds Varia suit, presumably he just go modes this.
I'm not interested in Wave Beam, at least not right now. Might grab it on the way out. And then on the second time around there, Gamer able to make it across the watery entrance of Wreck Ship. It's a shame because out of logic, but does have access currently to that gravity suit hanging down in Waterway, which would not only have helped movement through the water there, but would provide a nice bulk of defense against this rematch of Fantoon here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Knuckle, I mean, so I think ideal routing here for Knuckle, and sort of why I would rather just save the sandpit check until afterwards, is what Knuckle can do is he can go sandpit into Shack Tool if he wants to check Shack Tool, go up to Plasma, then reverse Forgotten Highway into Wreck Ship. Like, obviously that would change if he found a Varia suit. Because then, like, let's say you find Varia at Dragon, then you just want to go down. Go to Lower Norfair and get Fantoon on your way to Turian.
Yeah, and doesn't even need to worry about Ice Beam. Has the speed booster to get through. Oh, had Spazer. Forgot about that. That change there. I was like, didn't even use the speed booster.
Yeah.
See, we can't even remember. Well, not you. I can't even remember all the dash changes. And getting close. Had some reserves filled. Getting a little close there in Botswoon, but that's Botswoon down. And looks like Gamer is having a little bit more success here. Has much more health. And seems like Fantoon's a little further along.
And that tank means that Knuckle can do quite a few sparks on Dragon, ideally. So he has space jump, so I expect him to just shine spark up here. Okay, looked like he was going for full halfy.
Yeah, Knucklehead also has the grapple, so we'll see what decision to... It's a little slower for the setup, but might be safer on the health count.
Yeah, I mean, I think just about always, like... So ideally here, I would expect Knuckle to open up with Speed Booster. And and then just wait for Dragon to go.
And we've got simultaneous boss fights. Gamer is still going toe to tentacle here with Fantoon. Dangerously low again.
Yeah, one more phase should do it, no matter what, though. Oh no!
Had Fantoon down, but then took a hit by the flames falling anyway. Oh, my heart broken. Gamer had it, had the power suit Fantoon kill. It is a really tough fight.
Yeah. Ooh. Knuckle unfortunately screw-teched the goop off of himself.
And it does look like Gamer is committed for this Fantoon play. Again, I think that's pretty awesome. Admire the grit to go ahead and go for round 3 here. Could be rewarded with something nice. Our various suit very well could be up here in the wrecked ship.
Oh, and it looks like in the race room, Gamer has forfeited from the race. I hope he unforfeits here. I think it's just generally a good idea to not forfeit, at least until you see the dot done. Yeah, he says, had enough, dying just as Fantoon did. Basically had me go, okay, yeah, enough already. Okay, yeah, understandable. GG's to him.
Yeah, GG's indeed. Certainly showed a lot of good execution and skill, and is, unfortunately some of the logic or some of the settings might have escaped Gamer tonight, but definitely proved that he's got the skill and the grit to fight through some of these. So excited to see Gamer grow, and be right back at it, hopefully real soon.
Yeah, best of luck to Gamer in his future races.
Oh, it was some good skill, some good execution, and a good movement earlier, and so excited to see how that develops. Even getting Fantoon down on Power Suit is well above what I can do, so I enjoyed watching it and was impressed. And this was an awful seat. Very frustrating opening here. It's only just started to open up with that gravity find.
Looks like we are going to be joined by Gamer for an interview.
And we do see Knucklehead going for the Shack tool check.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello,
right. Hey, Gamer.
GG's.
Oh, that Fantoon. Dying just as I killed Fantoon. That was like, okay, enough already. It's just not going. You're gonna go your way.
Yeah, that was rough.
I completely forgot that I had the grappling game. So I'm like, where do I go? And then all of a sudden, I look at my screen like, oh crap! I have the grappling game. I can go to wreck ship. What a dum I am. What a dum.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's just that. I think it's just that seed. One of my teammates was telling me that Nukel is dying quite a lot himself on his stream.
Yeah, Knuckle took a few deaths. All right, E-Tank there at Spring Ball.
I never even got to Spring Ball. Like I said, I I'm just like, where do I go? Where do I go? Like I'm thinking, do I need to really do a hell run? I'm thinking Dash, but Dash doesn't require you to do hell runs or suitless Meridia. And I'm thinking, really? Where do I go? How do I get to Meridia? Do I really need to try CWJ, which I've never done before? And all of a sudden, oh yeah, there's the grapple beam. You're supposed to go use the grapple beam in the normal playthrough.
Yeah.
What a seed. What a fun. It was fun. It was just unforgiving.
It was a very unkind seed. It only just started to open up, even that just barely. So definitely rough. I commend you showing some real resolve and some grit, and bringing Fantoon down in a power suit is not an easy task. So it was a kind of a spirit breaker to see that death happen right there. But I have to say, very nicely played, and excited to see you play some more, and just good execution to start. So it was a real pleasure.
It was fun. I mean, like I felt that my start wasn't that bad. I mean, I thought, yeah, as soon as I got as soon as I got my morph bomb, thinking, okay, and I got the bombs, I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Everything's opening up. Then all of a sudden I get to get the Brinstar, and it's like, oh boy, okay. I kill Kraid. I'm thinking, great, no problem. Go down to Norfair, check out Business Center, go get the high jump, and then I'm like, everything just dried up after that. And then I'm thinking, where do I go? I checked out. I decided to go and check out Old Mother Brain. I decided to check out the meme room, and then I thinking, okay, well, I get to, I tried to get to Gauntlet too. I tried to, but I couldn't get up there because I'm not practiced on being able to do that. I forgot you can't do, this isn't fusion, where you can do the turnaround spin jump, and I'm like, oh crap. So I go back down, and I'm thinking, okay, now where do I go? Do I have to do some sort of hell run? Do I have to do a hell run to Bubble Mountain? Do I have to do a hell run into to Meridia? And all of a sudden, I recognize that I got my charge beam. And you know what? The funny thing is, I was using the charge beam up when I was going up Red Tower to get to Alpha P bombs, and then it didn't register in my mind. Yes, you have the charge beam. You can get to Wreck Ship. Wow. I'd love to hear Knuckle tell me how he had fun. I'm gonna have to watch the VOD of this match.
Yeah, it started out with a death at like roughly 14 minutes into Knuckle trying to do the X-ray deboost.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point, he had a lot of issues with hell runs, because he did go for the Norfair hell runs. There were only E-tanks there, although Croc had screw attack and space jump.
Well, that could have helped, but I don't think it would help that much. You really need to find. I'd love to know where the suits were. They'd probably have to be in Meridia somewhere, or not Meridia, but Wreck Ship. They'd have to be in Wreck Ship. It's the only way I can see that makes sense.
So,
Well,
yeah, Gravity Suit was at Waterway, and Knuckle accessed it using Spazer because that's one of the changes with Dash.
I didn't think of that. And like I said, I'm not really practiced on Dash. I'm more of the any percent, like any percent, 100%. And I was looking for something, anything. Didn't really matter if I would have settled for speed booster. I would have settled for just something to get me anywhere.
Looks like maybe Knuckle has forgotten how to get through this highway. It's really hard if you don't specifically do Forgotten Highway for some reason. It's really hard to remember which blocks are the right ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, GG's gamer. That was a really it was a rough seed, and I commend you for taking it this far.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, GG's.
Good luck. Yeah, GG. Thank guys. Talk to you later.
Take care.
Have a good one.
You too.
Well, it does look like we're going to get to see that. If anything happened to be up here, I would imagine since Knucklehead went and checked Shack Tool and Plasma, that he'll go ahead and clear Wreck Ship once the power's back on.
Yeah. There are very few checks that he has left. This should hopefully be a much nicer fan tune. Knucklehead has that gravity suit, so that's 50% damage reduction, as well as having screw attack to work through the flames.
Yeah, if nothing else, I mean, the suit and all the other stuff, but being able to screw attack and avoid the attacks of Fantoon is a really big bonus. Is pretty
Ooh, nice
low on
speedball.
health and does not have any reserves. Just pop the reserves to get to where he is now. So gonna have to really utilize the screw attack shield here.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost certainly fine, honestly. Like this is what he goes through. Like he'd probably have about this much health, if not less than any percent, and be significantly less equipped. Fantoon's certainly not being nice with his patterns today, unfortunately. Looked like a 3 on that Doppler. All right, nicely done.
Yeah, and like you said, not a lot of options left. So expect to see another change of clothes, although it won't be an actual change of clothes. Since gravity will remain the color palette shown, but I would expect to see the various suit hiding up here, possibly at Gauntlet. We haven't seen Gauntlet yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. That might be the only other place it could be.
I remember when I was talking to Gamer, I didn't pay attention. Did we see both sand pits from Knucklehead's side?
Only left sandpit is a major item location.
Oh, yes. I'm surprised he didn't go back to get wave beam from there.
Yeah, that one is strange. He went through the right sandpit. I kind of wonder if he fell into it. Yeah, and one of the frustrating quirks of Super Metroid here. This item that Knuckle is going to check actually does not spawn there until the wrecked ship is turned on. There's a patch to make it spawn specifically an area randomizer. And maybe boss randomizer, and there's Varia.
Yep. And chat pointing out that suits cannot be spawned in criteria, which I apologize for that.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, it was not going to be at Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yep, so it had to be up here.
Yeah, if I'm Knuckle and I see that my opponent has already forfeited, I'm kind of inclined to like finish clearing out wrecked ship. Like just say, I want charge, I want plasma, like no reason to play it anything other than safe.
Yeah, there's something to be said for setting yourself up for the most success.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's fine that Knuckle is bailing here and probably going full go mode. Like, at this point, as long as Knuckle gets in at, I believe, under 3 hours, he's fine.
I will say for all that super ammo we saw in the beginning, haven't seen any in a while. Still sitting at 25, so would like to pick up at least one more.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2-for-1 deal on supers on the way out of Gauntlet though, so maybe we'll see. Although I would doubt that, but maybe we'll see a Gauntlet play. And nope, we are definitely not going to see that. You're going to need at least one more pack to hit that number for Ridley. It does have the nerf charge beam, so will not be soft locked if that's the case, but it certainly makes for a frustrating Ridley fight, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So uncharged ice phaser? Is that like 80? Let me look it up. I have no clue actually. Probably not 80. Oh, ice phaser is 60. Okay. Yeah, so that's quite a few shots.
Well, nonetheless, kind of making a beeline to head straight down there. So it'd be certainly possible to find 1, 2, or even more on the way if Knuckle decides to take a couple of steps aside.
Yeah, he knows the location of at least one super pack. He didn't pick up Bubble Mountain missiles, I don't think. Whether he remembers that from, half an hour ago at this point, I'm not sure. All right, and he's just farming up before he goes into Lower North Fair. I like this. Like, may as well get your super count up now.
Yep, and thinking long term, towards the end of this, it does have Ice Beam, so it's going to help a little bit with the Metroids no matter what. That is a long mother brain fight, though. A nerfed charge ice phaser.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think with his current missile count, he uses all of his missiles and 1 super on Mother Brain 1. So he has 24 left, 24 supers if he refills after doors, or 21 without. That's a lot of ice phaser shots.
Yeah, it's certainly doable, and does have the luxury of knowing that he just has to finish as Gamer has stepped aside. So, I mean, that also could be going through his mind, but doesn't have too many majors to check, or left to check at this point. So I imagine we'll get the full clear of North Fair, and Charge Plasma could be down here.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, if I've done my math right, without any refills, that's a 195 shot Mother Brain.
I love it. Sounds wonderful. It's 194 more shots than I would have wanted.
Yeah, certainly far from ideal. Oh, and look at that, laying the power bomb to reduce the lag going through here.
Well, we're going to get a look in just a minute at what Ridley's hiding. And if you're Knucklehead, you certainly hope it's something to help upgrade this beam.
Ooh, I'm sure Knuckle really wanted to find a super there. I mean, he can do the fight using just missiles and supers. Like, he has 10 missiles of leniency if he goes that route. Assuming he farms to full beforehand.
Just missing there with the echo. Yeah, this was even still with where our DSP is out. DPS is at. It's still been a really stingy seed overall.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're just sort of by virtue of not making as many minor checks in Dash, you don't see as many super missiles.
And with speed being at Mama Turtle as it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was technically a logical suitless Meridia up to that point to go ahead and grab that so you could go through Waterway.
Frustrating way for it to be.
Well, Knucklehead making good contact on the missiles there. Unfortunately, just looks like just missed a super there.
Ooh, yeah, he needs to use charge shots or power bombs. Yeah, oftentimes the key to Ridley is just taking it a bit slowly. In situations like this, wasting a super uses up so much more time compared to just being slower with your movement and like waiting for the better shot.
Yeah, and those power bombs can be tough to land a hit, as Ridley does try to avoid them.
Yeah, you see Knuckle trying to lay them towards the center of the room, and that's really what you want.
Oh, there's one thing we're not short on. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, ideally you want a double hit with these power bombs. I think he's dead, though. Like, I think he's quite dead.
Yeah, I was going to say, if there's one thing we're not short on, it's power bombs.
Yeah.
There we go. And that's it. That's 4 bosses down for Knucklehead. Gonna check a couple items maybe on the way out. And there's a good find. Charge beam. That's half of what we're hoping to see. And we know that fire fleas can't be wave beams, so fingers crossed here that it's a nice nice plasma upgrade.
Yeah, like that triples Knucklehead's damage output.
See, I'm just we all breathe a collective sigh of relief because it won't be 190. 95 charge shots.
Yeah, I'm sure he's sort of kicking himself at this point for not going back for that wave. He still could.
Where do you fall on the time save there for that? How the amount of time to go get wave, depending on what you find at Firefleas. Obviously, if Firefleas is plasma, you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's probably a loss, but if it makes you feel more comfortable with the Mother Brain fight, then it's more than worth it. Like I don't see a great like. You're routing it in on your way out of Turian, but you're going through Meridia. You're like going almost all the way to Dragon, falling down and having to do Meridia again. So it's slow, but at this point, Knucklehead has almost all the time he needs. But he's not even checking Firefleas.
Really surprised by that. I mean, if Charge Beam wasn't a big enough of a bolstering to your damage there, Plasma is kind of the end all of damage output increases here. You know, but Knucklehead has put on a nice display. Some good movement, committing to some tough routing calls as far as what was available to us early on, and battled back from, it's worth mentioning, even though we had the forfeit on Gamer's side, up until that point, Knucklehead wasn't aware of that, so battled back from about a 14-minute loss from the beginning, to death about 14 minutes in. So while it surprises me not to see the check, I can appreciate that Knucklehead may be in, just kind of committed to finishing this out mode, just get it over with.
Yeah, I mean, chat mentioning it's still not a great amount of DPS for Mother Brain. I believe it's like roughly 65 shots if Knuckle has perfect ammo exiting Metroids and does not refill.
Yeah, and
or
Gamer,
no, he picked up one more missile pack, so not so less.
The Gamer in there in chat appreciating that same sentiment, saying probably just wants the seed to be over. Yeah, I'm really surprised by the Firefleas check, but possibly the guaranteed wave.
Yeah, we'll see if he wants to go for that wave.
Over Firefleas. I mean, this might just be better movement out of here, but
Yeah, this is the way you go to get out of here.
Okay. I got me nervous there for a second.
Yeah, he's just skipping that wave.
I so rarely see exiting Meridian not from Dragon. It was just like, took a step back for a second.
Yeah, if you're coming from Norfair or any place below Red Tower, like if you're coming from Crate as well, you would route through Meridia.
Well, I've probably said it 100 times on this stream so far, but that's why Knucklehead is running and not me. And as we're getting that ammo refill, I'll encourage you, please do give our runners a follow. Both the runners putting on some awesome displays of execution and movement. It's just an entertaining race to watch all around. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen here, you'll definitely enjoy the content they're providing on their channels all year long. So go ahead and show some love and support to both these awesome runners.
Absolutely. Yep, and now Knucklehead is making his way down to Turian. At some point, he's going to have to turn that ice beam back on. I hope he remembers that he has it. He turned it on nearly an hour, or he turned it off nearly an hour and a half ago.
I was gonna say, at the first sign of the Metroid's not freezing, I'd be like, wait, there maybe, looking good. Yep.
Yeah, nice pause glitch. Or oh, he missed the pause glitch. That's a whole 35 frames or whatever lost.
I guess we can forgive Knucklehead this one time, right?
Yeah, it's really not a huge deal. Turning off screw attack here is kind of interesting. If you're going to be going for baby skip, then it's perfectly fine to turn it off here. However, if you are going to baby skip, screw attack makes that much better. To answer a question in the chat, yes, Knuckle does know that gamer forfeited.
Well, baby skip without wave is baby skip on its own is hard enough, but without wave is definitely an added level of challenge there.
Yeah, and it's not good on time either.
Just one more reason to have grabbed that wave beam. And it'll be interesting to see. I believe that the end credits does show you where plasma is. I know it says wave and ice.
Yeah, it says where every named item is.
It'll be interesting to see where plasma ended up if it was something we were just a few steps away from picking up.
Knucklehead's going for it. Oh.
It looked good for a bit there. I was pulling, but it's so tough without the wave beam to have to take out each one of those little I don't know what they're, coral reef looking things. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not really theoretically harder. It just is more time where you can mess up. Like, you just have to do more of baby skip, basically.
Yeah, right. With the wave, it just kind of takes them out in succession, whereas, without the wave beam, you have to break each one of those blocks one at a time. A good example right there of how it took a couple of shots to get through that webbing. But nonetheless, the baby Metroid is done. We've got the energy refilled, and we're going to be heading down to hopefully clip through these Zevatites with the ice beam here.
Right,
nicely done.
This is far from over. Knuckle still does have Mother Brain to contend with.
I do like the patience of Knucklehead there to make sure to freeze the ring, as sometimes they can eat your missile shots, and we're not at an ammo count where that's a pleasant reality.
Yeah, so Knuckle has done it. He's saving 15 supers for the end there. Once Mother Brain catch-ups, he just has to fire 15 more supers and then she's down.
Definitely has the health to spare. So should be in a good position. Just kind of a chess game. Just going to have to wait it out. Take the shots here.
Yeah, he really doesn't want to get hit by much more. Like if he gets hit with a catch-up here, it's pretty bad. He does have both reserves.
To answer a question in chat, I didn't see Knuckle take the save. I'm not sure if he took the save at the ship when he refilled.
Okay, he didn't save. Then his last save is quite a bit back.
Well, there's a good sign. Got catch up on screen, and the supers let fly.
Oh, that's unfortunate, getting that second catch up. Just another little time waster.
Well, with the rainbow beam, that is a good spot to be in. Kind of through all the frustrating stuff there.
Yeah.
It's going to be
at this point, it's smooth sailing.
Yeah. I'm going to say, going to be able to get the necessary upgrades from the Metroid here to go ahead and deal the damage and finish up this fight. Start an escape sequence and put this very frustrating seed to bed for the night.
Yeah, I believe it is roughly like noon where he is. Knuckle is Australian.
Well, and put it down for an afternoon nap.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. 2 p.m., okay.
Yeah, so all told, I mean, when you look at the seed from start to finish, this was just not an enjoyable run as far as what you had to go through to get to this point. Even the in logic, a small amount of suitless Meridia there to pick up speed booster. Fortunately, with the dash settings, we were able to avoid that. But
yeah, it was a rough time. Like having gravity be at Waterway is just really annoying.
And to add insult to injury, there was the grapple beam that led to nothing after the grapple beam related the early X-ray check death. So it was quite an event. This last hour and a half, almost hour and 40 minutes has been. But at that just a hair under an hour and 38 minutes, we begin the escape sequence. Knucklehead's just going to make a mad dash for the ship. Might poke over and save the animals. We'll have to see what he decides to do there. But nevertheless, we're a few minutes away from wrapping up here and being done with the frustrations.
Yeah, unfortunately, unlike last week, we don't have the animal surprise. It's just a normal saving the animals.
Well, I know we've both said it here a few times, but impressive work from both runners, especially all things considered with like we've been talking about how this has gone tonight. So it's been enjoyable to watch them, both kind of push through and persevere. So despite the outcome or where we ended up, there was some definitely some good running and good competition going on here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, these runners had a rough time of it. but Knucklehead has just finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1:39:18. GG. We'll see if we can get him in for an interview.
Yeah, get those GGs in chat. Well deserved. And GGs to both our runners. Hard fought on both sides. So the cooked Aussies walking away with a win here.
All right, looks like we will have Knuckle in for that interview. Yep, we are joined now by Knucklehead. GG.
Yo, what's up?
GGs.
How you feeling?
When I seen the forfeit, I was like, I felt really bad because I died like 3 times. I was like, all I was waiting for was a dot done, really. But yeah, the only reason I stayed in it was like, you just never know. You just never know. Someone else might be having a hard time, but like, there wasn't anything crazy that I did to die. But something I practiced for like half hour before stream, I just couldn't get. And then gravity at waterway, I was like, oh, okay, so this is okay. And then I was like, if Aria is like Shack Tool or something, I could be okay. But when I saw the forfeit, I was like, yeah. But GG, thanks for restreaming. I was, feel a little bit funny about it all, but it's all good.
So you displayed some on stream frustration there, but how did the spring ball feel?
Oh, look, once I got it, I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. I was like, if this makes me do a suitless Meridia, I was like, this is fine. But then when I got the gravity, I was like, this is not fine, but it was all right. It was all right. I hope it was entertaining at least.
Yeah, you definitely you definitely entertained. I don't think chat was very happy with you over that X-ray play.
No, I don't think they were either. That doesn't surprise me one little bit, but
well, it's
especially.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I had bombs and ice, so I was like, oh, I might be okay here. Then I was like, nah. I got yelled at. Sorry, Nevdy. I told you I wasn't going to do it. Then for some reason I did it, and I don't know why.
Well, it certainly was enjoyable to watch. That's for sure. And Plasma was a gravity suit. So there we go.
Okay, so it was up there. I know, Nevdy. I know.
Yeah. One of these days, I am forcing you into a Discord call and showing you how to do that trick.
Yeah, that's all right. I just shouldn't just do stuff, but then I just feel like I do it for some reason. I'm just stupid, but that was fun. Yeah,
well, GG's, and congrats on taking the W. Best luck to cooked Aussies in the future.
Thanks, mate. I'm gonna dip out. I got some stuff to do, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, I hope I entertained at least.
Yeah, you did for sure. No worries there.
All right, GG, y'all.
GG.
GG's.
Yep, and with all that, that's gonna do it from us here at Speed Gaming. I hope you enjoyed watching. Be sure to follow both of these runners. Go follow Knucklehead. Go follow Ye Old Fart Gamer. Go follow the Speed Gaming network of channels. I believe there are 6 in total, and we see rando matches across every single one. There's so much content now and in the coming future. So be sure to stay tuned. And if you would be so kind, feel free to follow the broadcast team as well. We've had Ikir on tracking, and I've been joined on comms by 329th in line.
And give a follow to Glove, doing an awesome job as well. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. The pleasure was all mine. Yep. And with all of that out of the way, we'll see you next mission.
Good night, everyone.